First goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
How was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike 3.
The Blowy. Touchdown Raiders.
All right, welcome to the 2022 State Wrestling Team Tournament, where today our Hastings Raiders, the number 4 seed in AAA Wrestling, will take on the number 5 seed, the Anoka Tornadoes. This is going to be a great duel. I'm Kyle Kreiser, joined as always by Mitch Sheeman.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this duel. This is kind of the matchup of the first round with the 4 and 5 seed. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a nail biter. We'll see how it matches up.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to start off with a bang at 106. Hastings is going to send out Trey Beisel, an 8th grader. Trey's had an awesome year. He's slightly undersized at 106 pounds, going against the Tornadoes' Gigi Bragg.
And one thing I like about, even though Trey is undersized, Gigi's a little bit undersized as well. She's currently ranked, I believe, in the top 10 in the country for girls. And she's had a phenomenal year. But it's going to be a task here for Trey. We definitely need to get a win here, but it'll be a tough task.
For sure. I think the Raiders are slightly favored in this match, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go, starting off at 106. This will be interesting, too. After this match, it might kind of dictate how the rest of the match will go. Bragg on a shot, low single, gets it. Beisel with a hard whizzer, not allowing her to step over. She does step over, but he's going out the backside. Tries to pop his head out. Now we're in a scramble position here. No points yet.
Gosh, that was awesome, grabbing that leg as she was trying to step over because she was trying to get that too. He felt it.
Stalemate, back on her feet.
Jumped right into it.
Yeah, whenever we're in a position where they cannot improve, we go back to our feet, and that's stalemate. All right, back on her feet, no score, 30 seconds in.
Now, one thing that she shot from a distance there. Let's see if Trey can get it.
Trey gets a high crotch, finishes off. If he can step over, there's 2. Let's see. There it is. If he can keep that leg laced, we might have some back points. She wisely kicks out. Early 2-0 score for Trey Beisel.
We'll see how long he's going to ride here. I'm wondering if they want to try to get another takedown right away, but maybe get a feel on top there.
For sure. We are 1 minute into this match. Trey is controlling so far 2-0. Again, we talked about the importance of this match in particular. If Trey can potentially get a win and maybe a major decision, really sets the rest of the duel off well for the Raiders.
It sets a great tone, absolutely.
45 seconds left in the first period. Trey riding tough on top. He's got a good cross-face position. See if he can score and get this cradle.
And one thing, man, he's going from one move to the next. He's being very aggressive on top. You see a lot of times Trey throughout the year he has cut kids and gone back on the feet because he's so strong on the feet.
We got a little tilt here. Let's see, we got some back points coming. We got for sure 2-point near fall. If he can hold her there, we might have the 3-point. Nice. That's huge. That's huge points at the end of the first period. Got the 3-point near fall with an early. Oh, he's got a bar half. This is tight. Can he run her over?
He's got 5 seconds left here. Can he try to get a couple of points?
Getting back points again. Oh, potentially dangerous. They gave him the 3-point near fall, though. Early 5-0 lead. That is humongous for Hastings to start off this duel.
But it looked like they gave the 3-point near fall. He didn't break that grip, which is why he didn't get that twice.
Yeah, end of the first period. It's 5-0 Trey Beisel. Hastings' choice. He's going to defer. So it'll be interesting to see where Anoka goes. They're going top. Bragg's pretty long arms, long legs. Trying to slow down Trey, who's pretty darn tough on top himself.
He's got to get up to his feet and get those hands moving here.
She's going claw ride, trying to ride legs on Trey. One thing that I think has helped Trey a little bit this year too is he's had to wrestle some matches at 113 pounds. Used to wrestling kind of bigger kids. Just recently qualified for the state tournament at 113 pounds. So he does have experience kind of wrestling those bigger, stronger kids this year.
Yeah, yep.
Bragg riding tough, though, 30 seconds into the second period. Riding legs on Beisel.
We need to get that leg out. That left leg's got to notice him trying to mule kick that leg out, trying to get it free so he can step up and do another one.
Calls a stalemate. No improvement on that. And like you said, you know the leg's coming now. Trey has to adjust. Let's see what we do off the whistle here. It's important he gets a good start.
It'd be huge if he can catch that leg as she coming in. Didn't quite get it there.
Has to bail out. Yeah. Again, when those legs are coming in, you got to catch them on the inside. That's a tough thing to do against a good leg rider.
Absolutely. Somebody who's well experienced like Gigi. And we're just going to have to hopefully work for another stalemate, honestly. Hopefully we can get a better start right off the whistle.
Yeah. So if you're hearing the noise next to us, there's a couple matches going on simultaneously. So I apologize about the background noise, but again, it's awesome to see so many fans out here supporting wrestling. Potentially dangerous here. We're going to get a restart with 43 seconds. Beisel still up 5-0 in this match. Well in control, but he needs to work to improve and potentially get a major. That would be huge for the Raiders to get a good start.
But one thing she's doing is she's throwing in the left leg. Okay, you got to keep your elbow tight so that left leg isn't able to come in, and she's very savvy with it with that claw ride.
Yeah, going across the body, trying to sink that leg in. That's smart wrestling. 30 seconds left in the period. She's got one leg in. Got a crossbody position here. Tough crossface by Gigi Bragg. Stalling on Trey Beisel, not looking to improve. I don't think we're going to go underneath in that third period.
I don't think so either.
Where do you go, Coach, in this third period? Do you go top and look for a turn or go to your feet?
You know what? We got that takedown early on the feet. I think I go on the feet, try to get that 2 takedown, so that way we can go up by 7.
Yeah.
And then we can dictate what we want to do to try to get that major.
After 2 periods, it's 5-0 Trey Beisel. Going neutral, just like you said, Coach.
And that's one of Trey's strongest. It's his strongest position.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to be not in that position anymore. She rode tough for that first period, or that second period. So we're back on our feet, third period here. Beisel looking to extend his lead, potentially get a major decision. Again, to get a major, he's got to win by 8 or more points. So this would be huge team points. You get 4 points for a major decision. Deep on a shot here.
See if he can score.
Yeah, goes to that front headlock, see if he can score here. He's got his elbow trapped underneath.
Yeah, that's a tough position when you're on top, but Trey's been here before. We'll see if he can get out of it.
Bragg wrestling smart, though, not giving up anything here. Trey trying to go around. Nothing there. Wisely clears out.
But like you mentioned earlier, she's long.
Gets to kind of a high crotch position. See if he can score off this on the edge of the mat. He's got to elevate that ankle if he can.
If you can get to that far ankle underneath, try to get to that heel.
See if he can get around. Nothing yet. About a minute into the third period. Beisel still in control, 5-0. Again, we talked about the importance of this match out of all of them to set the tone for the Raiders for the rest of the duel. Let's get on that offense and hopefully extend this lead. Bragg's looking like she's backing up a little bit on her feet in this third period.
Still attacking. She's going forward. I like her style.
Trying to score from this front headlock position. Bragg just wisely keeping that right arm out to block the path of Beisel to spin around and get the 2. She's keeping her distance too, which is smart wrestling. You know, Trey likes to score from that tie-up position where you get to that high crotch. If you can't tie up with her, hard to score.
But the second she's shooting in on a shot, she immediately goes to that elbow.
Yeah.
The elbow is not allowing him to get those 2 as he goes around.
Back to a stalemate position here. We're going to go caution for Anoka here. She doesn't have her foot on the line. 3 cautions would signify a point. Here we go. 30 seconds left in the match.
I want to see Trey push the pace. There
nice high crotch. See if he can finish this. If he can swim his arm right across the body, he might get it. Hops over. There should be back points maybe. If he can kick out, he'll have the 2. Let's see.
She wisely grabbed that ankle.
Nothing yet from this position. Okay, back on her feet, 7 seconds left. Anoka fans want the 2. That was really close. No control yet, though still kind of in a scrambled position. Nice shot, see if he can step up and finish. Clock's going to run out, though. Clock's going to run out. Beisel gets the win, 5-0, so important team points. The early score, it's 3-0 Hastings after 106, which will take us to 113 pounds, where Blake Beisel, the #1 ranked wrestler at 106 pounds, is going to wrestle at 113 pounds versus Caden Ban from Anoka.
Yeah, this is going to be a match where Blake's going to be looking to a pin. That's his job.
Yeah.
You know, the coaches have had conversations with each one of our wrestlers about what their job is. And Blake's job is to get that pin. It's
Absolutely. This is going to be a big match to get those points. Goes right to a fireman's carry, gets the quick 2, switches to a crossface.
Watch him looking for that cradle. That's one thing Blake really likes is that cradle. He gets it nice and tight.
Yeah, Caden Band's only an 8th grader, but he's got a winning record on the season. Current record is 21-18. He's a savvy wrestler. He's got a lot of experience, but his job is to not get pinned. He's not wrestling necessarily to win the match. It's to stay in good position. I'm sure they've done their homework on Blake. Scouting him, knows what he wants to do. Switches, still got that crossface really tight. See if he can switch off to something here. It's an early 2-0 lead. See if Blake will maybe cut him and try to go to his back or something. He cuts him. Stalling red already.
Well, I think he just
gave the point. Sorry about that. Gives him the escape. He's got a head in the whole position, looking for a cradle potentially. Gets the 2 though. Now he's going to work to improve. It's 4-1 Hastings. About a minute into the first period. Goes back to that crossface position.
I'd like him to stick on this Butcher here. He's got that far shoulder pinned.
Yeah, if he slides his right arm underneath, he could get that Butcher position.
Yeah. Step through.
He's got that Butcher. Band's wisely keeping his right shoulder down. He's going to walk and see if he can cut the corner. He's almost got it.
I think that arm just slipped out ever so slightly there, which that grip is huge on the Butcher. If you can't keep that grip, he's not going to turn.
But he's got that cradle locked right below the chin. See if he can get his leg free and bring him back. About 26 seconds left in the first period. Band wisely kicks out. He's really wrestling smart.
He really is, yes.
I'm
a little surprised that we didn't try to get a third takedown, but he wanted to grind on him on top in these seconds and these minutes, or this minute that he's been grinding on top. Definitely takes a lot of energy out of you. Will help later on in the
Yeah, short time. He's got a cradle locked up, but I don't think he's going to get it here. At the end of the first, it is 4-1. Blake Beisel in the lead. Anoka's choice, I'm guessing he's going to go down. Goes top. Interesting. Okay. Well, we saw the first wrestler from Anoka ride legs and ride legs well. We're going to see if maybe Caden's got the same style as GG Bragg at 106. He rides the legs right away. He catches it wisely.
And that's exactly what we were talking about in Trey's match.
Yeah, comes out the backside, gets the 2. It's now 6-1.
If you can catch that leg coming in, it makes that reversal a whole lot easier. You're almost into a scramble position then.
All right, so 6-1, 15 seconds into the second period. Blake's got to get a pin here. I know Hastings is really counting on these team points. He's got a cradle locked up. See if he can bring him over, though. Ban is wisely keeping his shoulder down. At some point, you got to look to maybe cut him and try to get feet to back position, right?
And that's what I'm wondering. But he keeps getting this cradle.
Oh, if you can bring him back, this is pretty tight. There it is. He's going to slide his knee up. See if he can get it.
Left knee in the side. He's got it nice and tight here, but that shoulder is up.
Yeah, Band's really working hard to break that grip. He does break it. He gets the 3-point near fall, goes right back to that crossface. It's 9-1 Hastings. They're not looking for a tech follow. They want that pin. There's a minute left in the second period. Gets another little crossbody ride. No back points yet. He's got another cradle locked up. See if he can bring him over. Big step up, see if he can bring him back. Oh, there it is. See if he can get it, flatten him out. He's getting back points.
Shoulder up a little. Ooh, that's tight right there.
See if he can get it. Gets the pin. That's huge team points for the Raiders. And just like that, Blake Beisel gets the pin. It's now 9-0 Raiders going into 120 pounds. This is a humongous match for the team duel.
Absolutely. This is one of those matches when we were looking at it on paper, this was the very first important match here. Mark Svoboda, he's wrestled a lot of tough kids throughout the year, but then Anoka with Garrett Whitlick, what he ends up doing, he's wrestled a lot of tough kids as well. This is going to be a battle.
Almost identical records too, both 8th graders. We're going to see what this comes down to. Mark's been wrestling really, really well, recent state qualifier.
He's in on a single here.
Sees he finishes, he does. That's a huge takedown to start off the match. 2-0 Mark Svoboda.
That's a tone setter right there. And look, Mark is tough on top. Did you see that crossface? He's so aggressive after it. And that gets into the head of your opponent.
Yeah, you set the tone when you get a nice solid takedown with a mat return like that. So early 2-0 lead. He's looking for a win here for the Raiders. If the Raiders can win these first 4 matches, they're going to be favored in the next match. That is humongous down the road because then Anoka has to shuffle their lineup a little bit potentially.
Yep. And we're looking at this match. This is going to be a coach's duel. You know, you gotta know your opponent so well, the strategy behind it, when they shift, this changes. This is actually a match changer, a duel.
Yeah, you know, Anoka's a legendary program in the state of Minnesota. This is their 23rd appearance at the state tournament. They have legendary wrestlers in their programs like Brandon Paulson, Jake Deichler, Dan Chandler, former Olympians. I mean, they are a quality program, and they know how to wrestle and they know how to coach. All right, 2-0 leads about a minute into the first period. Stalemate. Anoka's still down. That was smart of Mark to switch off to that front headlock and not allow him to get to his feet.
Yeah.
If once he breaks that grip, he gets that escape, but he didn't allow him to, though.
Yeah, less than 50 seconds left. Let's see. I want Mark to hold him down. If he can work for a turn and get a turn, that would be gigantic.
Yeah, he's got a leg right. It kind of slips out a little bit, but he's got to stay behind. Whittick is wrestling tough. He's up to his feet, gets the escape. It's now 2-1, 30 seconds left in the first period. Both teams know the importance of this match in particular. Let's see if Mark can get back to that action on his feet and attack those legs. You know, after watching the first two matches, I don't know if I want to go down on Anoka. He's only got one hand on that shot. He's not going to score from there.
Yeah, with that tie, that 2-1 tie is solid, but he can't get his position tied up there. He's got to free his arms and work into his own ties.
Yeah, Whittick's kind of riding that 2-on-1, that Russian tie. Really hard to break free from that. So after one period, it's 2-1 Mark Svoboda. It's Hastings' choice. They're going to defer. I'm guessing Anoka's going to go down. They do. He was able to get away from Svoboda in that first period.
Watch for the switch. One thing he tried right off the bat was a switch going to his right side. Let's see if Mark switches off. He doesn't.
Yeah, but what he means by that is, you know, you always ride on the same side. Guys kind of know what's coming. So switching the side that you ride on is humongous and smart tactically. Whittick to his feet here on the stand-up. If he can free his arms, he's going to get the escape. Oh, he's got his leg now. This is a dangerous position. Mark's whizzing hard. He's going to give him the one. They're back on their feet. About 30 seconds into the second period. It's now tie score 2-2. I want to see Mark get back on those feet, attacking those legs. Don't tie up with this kid. He's going to slow you down.
Yeah, he's got a nice single. I want him to get back onto a single. Try to circle to that left, get him to step with that right or with that left leg so he can shoot to his right.
Yeah.
That's the way Mark likes to go.
Yeah, and for fans that are tuning in on this duel, this is of the importance because Anoka's really solid in that middleweight area. From about 132 pounds to about 160, they are lights out. They are super tough. We'll be lucky to win maybe one or two matches in there.
Yep. But right at the very edge of that mat, Mark hit him. He was on an over tie there, slide by, and Anoka wasn't ready in that position. You know what? Get him pushing, get your positions, and that's exactly probably what Coach Hannenberg's telling him. Just work your positions, work for your takedowns here.
Yeah, 2-2, minute 20 seconds left in the second period. Both guys pushing the pace in their own little way here. Whittick has two escapes. Been deep on a shot, though, once already. Goes to the underhook on the right side. Looking to score from this position. Clears out. Goes to a duck under. Nothing doing. Whittick goes back to that 2-on-1 ride. He knew it was coming. Hard to defend that, though, when a guy has that grip. It's really tight. Tries to score with it. Nothing doing.
Stepping behind, trying to kick up that leg, but it's difficult with that Russian tie, that 2-on-1. He's controlling Mark's entire right side there.
Yeah, and Whittick's just trying to control the wrist, trying to bring him down to the mat and get a takedown at that. Kind of a half attempt shot, nothing doing off the mat. That was close, but they go out of bounds. Svoboda wisely backs out, gets a fresh restart here. 45 seconds left.
Understanding your position on the mat is going to be vital.
Yeah,
in these close matches.
And kind of reading about these two guys, both guys have a lot of experience. I mean, they've wrestled a lot at the youth level. Maybe they're only 8th graders, but they don't wrestle like 8th graders. No. Whittick goes back to that 2-on-1 position, 30 seconds left. This is where you got to circle back on. You cannot afford to get dinged for stalling in this position.
But go back to his own underhook here. He's on an overhook tie.
Goes to the duck under, see if he can score with this. He gets it. That is a humongous takedown at the end of that second period. Nice duck under. That was really nice.
He went from the single right to a duck under on the opposite side. That was very, very, very smooth.
Yeah, keep your toe in bounds here too, and keep that clock ticking.
Yep.
All right, looks like the second period's gonna end.
And it's our choice as well.
Yeah, it's 4-2. The Raiders are in the lead in this match. Hastings' choice. They're gonna go down. We've seen the Anoka guys ride legs twice now. We're going to see if they follow suit with their third wrestler out here.
And if I'm Mark, I'm kind of thinking that same way. Once you start trying to hop up off the whistle to his feet.
Okay, sits out, kind of turns with that head. Can he get that reversal? He gets it. That's huge.
Wow.
Now it's 6-2. Now you just got to wrestle smart, right? You can afford to even give up a reversal here. You have a 4-point lead. That was quick, too. I mean,
yeah,
right off that whistle. Sit, turn, grab that head, and go.
But now if you're Mark, you want to stay behind those arms. Don't try to force anything. Take positions, and you're just trying to basically put him down to the mat.
Ooh, he might have an inside cradle locked up. This could be dangerous. Oh, he gets a chin whip. Wisely just spins around, doesn't give up anything. He's got a chin whip position here. You don't want to force anything here because you don't have to.
Correct. But Mark likes this position. He's liked this position for a very long time. He feels comfortable here.
Wittick's sucking in that elbow. They do call a stalemate. A minute 10 left in the third period. Swoboda with a 4-point lead. All he has to do right now is wrestle smart. You don't have to look for anything big. Just under control.
Yep. Stand right behind those armpits. You want one thing that you want to do when you're on top is don't want to get too far out front because that exposes you to a reversal there.
Yeah, Wittick tries to go switch, just runs right into him.
So trying to keep him, on his belly as much as he possibly can helps you out. So that breakdown's going to be important.
Yeah, I think one area that Mark's gotten better at is every year he's a little bit more savvy, smart wrestler. When he was a younger wrestler, he was a wild man, go for the big throws, and you don't need that right now. You just have to wrestle smart. 45 seconds left in this third period. He's under control. He's controlling the match so far. 6-2, riding tough on top. Wittick's got to get up to his feet, though, and try to get something going here.
Still trying to stay behind there, but again, going back to that position. Watch him come to his feet.
20 seconds left in this third period. Again, we talked about the importance of this match. You're going to be favored in the next one. Oh, he goes chin whip. He's getting back points. Oh, did he get two? Did he get a two swipe? He gave him the two near fall. All right, he's got to be careful here. This is not a good position to be in. They call potentially dangerous. Bloody nose.
4 seconds left.
Yeah, that was good because we were kind of in a dangerous position there.
Honestly, I'm sitting here watching this match, but my heart is really going because we know how important this match is for the rest of the duel. And Mark is wrestling phenomenally. That takedown at the end of the second period set the tone for the third. He hit that switch right away, or hit that sit out right away in the third period, got that two, and went up.
Yeah, so short time in the match. All you have to do is wrestle smart, not give up anything big. Anoka's going to probably go Granby roll right off the whistle, try to catch you and kick you your back.
Now my question is, would you do an optional start?
I don't. I think you've seen enough in this match. If he does do Granby roll and you feel dangerous, you just let him go. Yeah. You don't have to hold on to him and get your arm trapped, and all of a sudden you're on your back.
And I like an optional start because it gives you that distance. And with 4 seconds left, he's just and he goes to it. He's just able to kind of run away.
Yeah, 3 seconds left. Match probably pretty close to being done here. It's 8-2. Swoboda is in the lead. He's trying to get the turn, actually, which is kind of interesting team play. I like that. What a big win for the Raiders. That is 3 crucial team points, which will extend the lead to 12-0. The Raiders in favor. It now takes us to 126 pounds, where the Raiders will send out Jack Bainbridge, currently ranked 7th in AAA with a 39-7 record, only a 9th grader, going against Austin West from Anoka. Austin's got a record of 22-19. He's also a 9th grader, but I will tell you this about Austin West. He has wrestled a lot of the toughest kids in the state really tight. This is by no means a gimme match.
No.
Now the Raiders are looking for bonus points if they can in this match. They're obviously going to be favored based on their record alone. Jack's been wrestling all deep on a single leg. Gets the takedown. This is where he's tough on top. He is an animal with that cross-face cradle, and I think they scouted him because they know it's coming. Look at how he is ready for this. He knows that cradle's coming. He's standing in a nice tripod position. He doesn't want to give up anything here.
It would be great. It would be great if Jack could hit that cradle and get a quick 6 for the team to go up 18-0. The score is 12-0. This is where the Raiders wanted to be.
He goes inside cradle now.
We'll see if Jack can add to that with
I mean, they're definitely thinking they want bonus points in this match because after this match, the road gets a lot more difficult with the likes of Elijah Paulson and crew. He cuts him. What, a minute into the first period. Jack up 2-1 now.
He's going for that ankle, that low ankle there.
Yeah, you know, and these two guys contrast in body builds, right? Jack is short, stocky, muscular, and the Anoka wrestler, long, lanky, kind of tough, long leverage. Ooh, he's kind of in a chin whip position here. See if he can whip him over to his back. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. He's got the takedown, and he's getting back points. If he can hold him there, he might get the pin. He's trying to trap that arm. He's going to hop over, see if he can sink it in. Oh, keep that chin, Jack.
That arm was trapped on the other side.
Yeah.
And Austin West just couldn't make it all the way through, and Jack caught him there.
Smart wrestling by Austin West, though, just to bail out of that. Again, it's 7-1 here in the first period, about 15 seconds left. He's looking for that cradle. There it is.
Rolls through.
He's getting back points. He's going to get the 2 points. Rolling through again. There it is. Oh, that's dangerous.
3 seconds left. Can he
get the pin? Time's going to run out. Huge first period for the Raiders. It's 9-1 after the first period.
You know, every time Jack does that, rolls through, my heart sinks. I know he's done it a million times, but every time as he rolls through, I'm like, no, and then he is able to pull him on top.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Hastings defers. Anoka's going on top. Not surprisingly here, they're tough on top. Oh, wait, Anoka's going to call it out. They are going to go on top. A little confusion between the referees and the coaches here. After the first period, it's 9-1. Anoka trailing. He's going legs. Not a big surprise here. See if Jack can get out the backside here.
Reach for those hands. He wants to grab those hands, trying to pull them up on top. But if he can just stand up and get a stalemate too, he's got a cradle locked up, it looks like.
Call him potentially dangerous. He had a cradle locked actually in a tripod position, but anytime you start getting above your knees and start getting to that tripod, they're probably going to call it potentially dangerous. So 15 seconds in, Austin West riding tough on top. Bainbridge catches a leg though. This is a dangerous position for West to be in. See if he can come out the backside and get some points here. All sorts of arms and legs for Austin West here.
Yep. Trying to swim that leg, or that leg through, that arm through, trying to come out the back. He's got that half on that side. Austin's working for a stalemate, which he's got.
Yeah. So, Coach, you know, this has happened twice to us now. We're in a scramble position. You might be wise to go to a stand-up instead of a switch here.
Yep.
Because I feel like every time we've gotten to a switch, he just steps over with those long legs.
And if you can stand up, what I would like to do is put 2 moves together. If you can hit a stand-up and then into a switch, I think you get it.
Comes to his feet, nothing yet.
He reversed that. Too.
West goes to a single. Uh-oh, this is dangerous, though. Bainbridge has got a cradle locked. If he can straighten his leg out, West is in a dangerous position here.
They still consider Anoka on top here. He has not lost control.
And you know, Austin West is okay holding on here because he's killing clock time. Yep. Right now, Hastings does have a 9-1 lead, but he doesn't want to give up anything more than that. See if he can spin behind and get the 2. Nothing yet. West riding tough still. He's still considered in that top position, even though it's kind of a scramble.
And in all honesty, if West is able to hold off this match, and it's only a 9-1 victory, that's actually a win for Anoka.
Yeah, still second period though, so there's time to get points back on the board. No change in position here. West is kind of in a good position here. They got the ankle kind of riding tough across the body. 20 seconds left in the second period though.
Snuck the leg in.
If there's one thing I've learned in these first 3 matches, it's that you don't want to go underneath Anoka.
No. And they're tough on the legs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's stretching him out. 5 seconds left here.
All right, so Hastings' choice, where do you go after the second period?
Again, this is going to be similar to Trey at the beginning. Go on the feet. Jack has definitely improved.
He's going top.
Oh, he's going top.
Now, I get Coach Hannenberg's strategy on this, right? You have the major, you're looking for the pin. Worst case scenario, right? You win by a major decision, you get bonus points either way. Oh, we're going down. Interesting. That's not what I thought he called. But
I wasn't sure on that one.
All right. Stalling red. Not trying to mat return, just trying to stick a leg in.
And this is where Jack continued to come up to the feet. Because eventually he's not going to be able to do that. Because if he does, Jack's going to score.
And maybe from Coach Hannenberg's perspective, you know, You got a major decision. Yeah, that's what you're hoping for to get bonus points. You have it right now. Jack really hasn't been in danger, per se, of going to his back at all.
Nope.
So maybe that's his mindset.
But again, riding those legs, that takes a lot of energy out of you.
Yeah.
So
I'm of the mindset, too, and I know you are, too, Coach, where if you've been ridden for a full period, it's sometimes hard to have the motivation to go back down there again.
Right. There's a mental aspect in it.
For sure.
But with Jack being a mentally strong kid, and Coach Hannenberg knowing his kids, hopefully it pays off for him.
Austin West going to a crossbody ride, trying to scoop up that arm and extend Jack Bainbridge. They call potentially dangerous. Minute 13 left in the third period. Hastings has the lead in this match, 9-1. In the overall duel, they're up 12-0. And again, as the score stands right now, Hastings does have the major decision, and that's big team points. They want to extend it, though. See if Jack can hop over. Wow, West is just so long. Ooh.
He's got a half in.
This is a dangerous position to be in. He's got a half Nelson in with a leg.
Potentially dangerous.
Yeah, but the third time that's happened.
You look at this, and I know Jack's up 9-1, but West is wrestling really, really well.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the record's a little deceiving.
Yep.
The kid has wrestled some of the best kids in the state and has battled them. And you can see why. He's tough on top, right? He's got a good position where it's kind of his go-to.
Yep, here's Jack's chance.
If he can pull this head.
Pull that leg in, pull the head in.
Pop his head out, maybe, and he possibly get it. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. You don't want to be caught in a swaddle position. Uh-oh, this is not good. You don't want to be there.
Pop his head
Oh,
out?
that's huge.
Can he keep that leg trapped here? Sit back. They still have not given Jack control yet.
Yeah, 20 seconds left in the third period. Jack was in a dangerous position there for a second, and it made me nervous.
Now they gave him the 2.
Got the reversal. He's got a cradle. I think he's got it locked. If he can bring him over. Uh-oh. He's going to get the reversal.
5 seconds left. Hold on, Jack.
Nothing yet. 2, 1, oh.
See, now and he gave him 2 back.
Yeah, that hurts because not only do you give up the major decision, right, but you were in control of this match, and now all of a sudden the duel changes a little bit. So he gave up the reversal and the back points at the end. Kind of got high on that position.
Yeah. Looks like Austin's hurt after that match. That's too bad.
Yeah, he wrestled really well against that tough Jack Bainbridge. All right, that will take us to 132 pounds. Current team score is going to be 15-0. The Raiders have control, but again, this is where the road gets rocky. Anoka is going to send out Elijah Paulson, a junior with a 44-2 record. Absolute stud. He was third at the state tournament last year, third at the Christmas tournament. He is a Northern Plains Greco champ and a son of the Olympic silver medalist, Brandon Paulson. He is an absolute horse. Hastings is going to send out Peyton Erickson. Peyton has had a nice season, kind of a utility guy at 132 pounds, 138 pounds. Peyton's current record is 14-14. He's a junior. He's a scrappy kid.
And this is where Hastings just has to ride out the storm.
Yeah.
Okay? Battle smart, battle on the edges.
Nothing yet. Paulson gets the takedown. Early 2-0 lead. Wisely cuts him here. He's going to go right back to it. Ankle pick position. Comes up and gets the 2. Going to cut him again. It's now 4-2. And like you said, Coach, this is where you cannot give up a pin, right?
Correct.
You got to do everything in your power to not give up 16 points.
And
oh, he throws him right to his back. That's a huge move for Paulson. Nice hip toss with that underhook. Peyton's got to fight here. A lot of period left.
Peyton's got a lot of heart. Let's hopefully he can keep that arm up.
He gets the pin. Just like that, it becomes a closer duel. It's 15-6 in favor of the Raiders, which will take us to 138. This is going to be interesting who they throw out there. I know the Raiders are going to throw out Creed Peterson. I'm assuming they're going to do that. But let's see who Anoka sends out. It looks like they're going to send out Carter Ban. Okay. Carter Ban is a senior. Had a really good year. He's 42-4 on the year. A little bit about Carter. He just recently signed with Northern State University to wrestle next year. He was 4th at the Christmas tournament. He's ranked number 2 in the state. Creed Peterson for the Raiders has had a great year. 19-15, recent state qualifier. Scrappy, smart wrestler.
He's got on this mat for a long time.
Yes, he's got to hold off this duel, giving up a pin in this match. Ban's going to be heavily favored. He gets the early takedown with a little slide-by position. Again, this is where we got to weather the storm as the Raiders here. We got early escape. It's 2-1.
And one thing you want to do is, as you're on their feet, you'll notice that
Ooh,
Creed's
he goes to a
reaching
whip
for
over.
reaching for those wrists, but he wisely bailed out there. That was very smart.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that could be a big throw there.
Yeah, 4-1 right now in favor of Anoka here. He cuts him. It's now going to be 4-2. We got a contrast in body types here, right? With Creed long, lanky, and Carter short, stocky. 4-2 right now.
And that's where, if you're Creed, that's where you want to wrestle, right on the edge of the mat. You know, maybe take a half shot.
Nice
at the
shot.
very end.
Comes up with that single leg.
Keep that far leg away.
Nothing yet. About a minute left in the first period. He finishes right there at 6-2 in favor of Anoka. What'll be really interesting is to see what both teams do in the next match.
Yeah.
6-3 with 45 seconds left. Gets another escape and takedown. He's doing the escape takedown match here. It's now 8-3 with about 35 seconds left. Cuts him again. It's 8-4. Creed in on a shot. Goes to that front headlock position. See if Van can score. Does not. Scores on that re-attack attempt. It's now 10-4.
I like Creed. He took a shot there, but it was that very first shot was a smart shot because he's in one of those positions where you definitely don't want to get dinged for stalling.
He's
in
got
the first
a
period.
little tilt here. Dangerous position. Can't give up that wrist. He's going to get back points right here with 10 seconds left.
Nope.
Got it. Did he give him the 2 count?
Got the 2 count there.
There, he gave it to him. He had 2 swipes on that, therefore he gave him the 2-point near fall. So after 1 period, it's going to be 12-4. Carter Band's so slick on his feet.
Yes.
Anoka defers after the first. It's Creed Peterson's choice. He's going down after the first period.
Right.
He does give him the early escape. It's going to be 12-5. Creed Peterson is a smart kid, and I will say that he knows how to wrestle. He's been around wrestling for a long time. He knows what he has to do right now, and coach is giving him instructions. Keep your elbows tight. Don't give up anything big. We saw in the last match, you give up a hip toss because your elbows are out.
And notice his head position there was right in the side of his head.
Goes slide by position, 14-5.
And again, the slide by is okay to give up. Don't want to give up is a takedown to your back.
Yeah.
And in that position, out of the 2 evils, a slide by is okay.
Yeah, he cuts him again. It's now going to be 14-6. Oh, he didn't cut him yet. He's going to in a second with an optional start. And again, I know Carter Band's instructions. You get bonus points. You look for the tech fall or the pin. Back on our feet, it's 14-6. Anoka with an 8-point lead. Deep on a shot. Gets another takedown.
He's got those leg split.
Yeah, this is a good position for Creed to get off the mat right now.
Yep. But he doesn't want to make it too obvious.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, anytime you have your leg kind of step through and you have a Turk position, you want to bail out and get a restart. Well, we go out of bounds to 16-6 with about a minute and 12 seconds left in the second period. Let's see what Band decides to do. He's been taking them down all match.
Now looks like he's going optional start. Watch for that inside cradle. He's done that once or right before this. He's still in control, hasn't let him up. Now he lets him up.
Okay, now 16-7 right now. About a minute left in the second period. Yeah, in Creed's position here, he hasn't given up anything big. He got turned the one time with a little tilt. You're probably not going to get pinned in that position, right? You're battling here. You're just keeping it as tight as you possibly can to save team points.
But notice you won't see Creed. He won't challenge him too much. Oh, and he throws him to his back on his duck.
This is tight. This is a whip over. Tight position, and he gets the pin. All right, just like that, it is 15-12 in favor of the Raiders. But here we go. Things are going to get interesting.
This is where the match comes in. What do we do at this match?
Yeah, Hastings does have a little flexibility. We're going to see what they do here. Looks like Anoka's going to send out another one of their horses. They have Brendan Howes, a senior who's 43-4 on the year, currently ranked number 4 in the state, second at the state tournament last year. Hastings will send out Josh Rout. Josh was 6th at the state tournament, currently ranked number 8 at 145 pounds. Anoka's favored here.
Now, with those 2 pins, it's now 12-15 in favor of the Raiders. But
Howes deep on a shot. Gets the takedown right away off the whistle. Again, Rout's job, you got to keep this match as close as you can. You're probably not favored in this one. You just got to keep it respectful. Can't give up team points.
Give yourself a shot at this point.
Yeah.
We'll see what Josh has in him.
And I will say, Josh has battled some of the best kids in the state this year. He knows what's expected of him. Early 2-0 lead for Howes here. Kind of riding tough on top. Got a spiral ride. We know Anoka's tough on top. They've showed us in the last couple matches.
Coming up, just keep coming up, getting the one.
Cuts him here.
And these two kids might see each other throughout the state tournament. I haven't looked at their bracket specifically, but I'm not sure on which side of the individual side they are.
Yeah, and what'll be really interesting too, now that we have a little break in the action, is we weren't really sure if Hastings was going to send out Rout at this weight, being that Howes is an absolute horse. But, you know, looking ahead, right, at 152, they have another state-ranked kid, as do we. What are we going to do? What is Anoka going to do? There's a little bit of a chess match that you can do back and forth. At 160, right, we have a state qualifier. They have a kid that's not a state qualifier. At 170, there's 2 state qualifiers going at it. What do you do down the line? And it depends on matches like this. If you can avoid giving up team points, you can kind of play your lineup a little bit different.
And you better believe that Coach Hannenberg has a contingency plan for some. If A happens, if B happens, if C happens. He's a very meticulous
Rout
coach.
deep on a shot. See if he can finish this here. It's kind of a scramble position. Howes looking to step over. Nothing yet. Tries to snake his head through the leg here. And he gives up the takedown.
Once he got stretched, those arms got stretched out, trying to go underneath that leg. He just lost a little power there.
Yeah, once you get stretched out like that, you lose your grip strength. It's pretty hard to finish from that position. That's an early stall call on Josh Rout. Anytime you put your head down on the mat, you're not looking to improve, they'll call you for stalling.
But if you look at Anoka, they're back on the legs.
Yep.
One thing that I'd be telling my wrestlers, if I haven't done it already, is watch the legs.
Potentially dangerous. Anytime an armbar breaks that 90-degree plane, they'll call it as potentially dangerous, since this is what they do in this position. So 24 seconds left in the first period. Hastings down 4-1. Brendan Howes controlling that top ride. Goes to kind of a crab ride position with a spiral.
Is he able to catch that leg coming in? Nope.
It was awfully close to getting turned in that position.
Yep. 10 seconds left.
You know, luckily for Josh Rout, he practices with the guy who rides legs all the time, so he's probably used to this a little bit. But after the first period, it's going to end 4-1. Josh Rout battling tough. If we can keep the match to decision, that would be a huge win for the Raiders, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right, green defers, which means Hastings defers. Anoka's going to go down.
Now, as you're sitting here, you want to ride him as long as possible. Keep all your weight on top of him. Keep him from getting his hands off the mat.
Right out the whistle, goes to a tripod position. Josh staying behind the arms wisely. Gives up the 1, not the 2. It's now 5-1. Howes goes right to that high crotch position and finishes hard. That was really nicely done. You get the escape, you turn, you attack. He cuts him again. It's now 7-2. Josh on a single. See if he can stay tight here and try to finish and not get stretched out like he did in the first period.
Just keep that leg tight, but...
Yeah, wisely gives it up. You're in danger of a switch or a spladle position. You don't want to be there. It's 9-2 now in favor of Howes. See if he's going to cut him again.
He missed on trying on a cradle there. He was trying for that
Keep our head up cradle. Here. We cannot be with our head down. Now 9-3. Those heavy hands are really weighing on Rout. You can see it. Stance is kind of coming up a little bit.
It looks like Howes has hit a new gear.
Yeah.
He's really
another
started
takedown. Now 11-3. They may cut him again. There's a lot of time left in the second period. Anoka wants bonus points in the worst way. They know that they're not going to be favored in the last 2 weights.
Yep.
They got to get the points right now.
Now, as you look at Josh, you're trying to control his hands. We want to. Howes looked like he's picked up the tempo. He's picked up the pace. If you're Josh Rout, you want to slow it down and start going after your match again.
Warning stalling. They're going to give up another point here. That's a second call for stalling. It's now 12-3. Howes has the major decision right now, locked up. He's looking for something more, either a pin or tech falls. A tech fall again, he has to win by 15 or more points. They'll stop the match at that point in time.
Now here's the decision, Coach. As you look at this, 5 seconds left going into the third period, do you put him down and try to get that easy point?
Yeah, you do that, or you go top and you try to waste some time on top. Because realistically, you got to get as much as you can. They're going to go down. I'm guessing House is going to cut him. At some point in time, if he can't get a turn here, I'm thinking they want him to push the pace on their feet. So it's 12-3 going into that third period. Hastings still clinging to a 15-12 team score lead, but it's not going to last very long because, as we know, they got some horses coming. All right, back to our feet. It's 12-4. Howes lets him up, gets a takedown right away. It's 14-4. Howes cuts him again. And that underhook position, Josh wisely circles out, tries to face him.
The movement that Howes has.
Pretty hard to keep up with him when he's going back and forth like that. Another takedown. It's now 16-5. About 90 seconds left in the third period.
But if you're
Josh wisely dives in on a leg, trying to give up some clock time if we can. Another escape, 16-6. Howes with a 10-point lead. Deep on a shot. Wow, that was nice.
And I keep thinking if Josh can if he can actually get one takedown here, that slows him down quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, it gets into that mindset of how maybe bringing him back down to that lower gear, but he's going.
About 50 seconds left in the match. Howes looking for either a turn or a couple more takedowns. He's going to need, how many takedowns here, Coach? You're good at math, not me.
Oh, gosh. What does he need, 5 more takedowns?
I believe so. That's a lot to do in 45 seconds, but it's manageable if he's been moving like he has been. So we're back on our feet. It's 18-7, 11-point lead. To get that tech fall, he's got to win by 15 or more. He's just got to stay in good position. Keep those elbows tight. Oh, that's a big takedown again.
Continue to challenge him. That was 10 seconds there.
He's going to need 2 more takedowns, right?
I'm sitting here trying to do the math.
24-9, he needs 2 more takedowns. Dives in on a shot, nothing yet. Smart.
That was a very smart move by Josh's part.
Takes up time. Hold on to this. Again, this would be a moral victory for Hastings if we cannot give up the tech fall here.
22 seconds. Here we go, Josh.
All right, he's one of our captains, right? You need some leadership here and wrestling savvy to help out the team. Dives in on a shot. That's smart. Don't give it up. Don't give it up.
Just get into that scramble position.
Just hold on to that leg if you can.
Oh.
Don't give up back points, though.
Oh, no.
Nothing yet. 10 seconds left.
Stretch him out. He's up 14.
And that'll take us to the end of the match.
Oh.
That's huge.
That was,
right?
That was gigantic. I love the way Josh ended that match. He was taking the shots. Those were a couple of very key moments where it actually slowed Howes down.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, you know, you can't tell in the match score, but that's 14 points instead of 5. Right now it's 16-15 in favor of Anoka, but again, that team point comes back crucial, right?
Yes.
That Jack Bainbridge did not get that major decision, so maybe this balances it out a little bit, right?
And if you look at that match, I know he lost that match, but giving up a major to one of their absolute studs, and Josh is a stud himself. He's a solid wrestler.
Yeah.
But one of the top ranked kids in the state, I think he was ranked number 2, right, Coach?
Yep.
That was a battle.
All right. So let's see what Hastings is going to do. It looks like they're going to send out Fletcher Peterson, a 9th grader, who's 4th at the 9th grade state tournament. Looks like he's going against Jacob Whitaker, one of the top 152-pounders in the state, currently ranked 10th in the state, 7th at the Christmas tournament. A little gamesmanship here, right? You're going to take Aiden Erickson and bump him up to 160 pounds.
Yep, and this is what I like. I really like that Coach Hanneberg, I'm guessing that's the matchup that he wanted because he sent his wrestler out second. At the beginning of the match, you have a coin flip on when you have to present your wrestler. And we were able to win that flip. That helped us out.
Yeah, Whitaker gets the early takedown, cuts Fletcher. Again, Fletcher's job is to not give up a pin. Now, this is going to be a tall task against a stud like Whitaker. But again, we've seen guys battle off their back. We've seen Anoka guys. We've seen Hastings guys. Every team point is huge. Whitaker's back on his feet. Quickly goes behind, gets a takedown. It's a 4-1 lead. Cuts him back to our feet. It's 4-2.
Yeah, and Fletcher is such a great kid, 9th grader wrestling in this big stage.
Yeah, deep on a double leg shot. Steps over, gets a takedown yet again. Again, what a good opportunity, though, for Fletcher to step up and be on the big stage as only a 9th grader.
And he's earned this right.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing. You have to earn your spot on the team, and Fletcher's absolutely done that. And there's a reason why the coaches are, yes, they're doing the matchups, but they brought Fletcher up, you know, for a certain reason. This is that reason.
Early stall call against Fletcher. It's 6-3, about a minute left in the first period. Whitaker's riding that front headlock tough. So far, it hasn't been in danger of anything big, and that's the most important part, right? You can't give up anything big. Gets the takedown, hops over. It's now 8-3 with 40 seconds left. He's going to wisely cut him again, try to get him to his back. Again, you're trying to save team points here. Gets deep on a shot. Fletcher wisely bails out. He's 10-4 now.
They're trying to get, when they're up on the feet at the very end, they're trying to get that takedown to the back. But Fletcher's staying in great position. He's bailing out at the right times, not to put himself in danger. Now he's got 15 seconds. If we can hold off on the not getting turned, that'd be really, really awesome to see.
Stretching him out, looking for a turn here at the end of the first period. Looks like the first period's going to end with a 10-4 lead in favor of Anoka here. So kind of looking ahead down the line at 160 pounds, this is probably where Anoka's going to send out Logan Jungling against Aiden Erickson. And I think that Hastings has to feel good about getting potential bonus points there.
Yep. Being able to throw Fletcher out here and give him the job that he's supposed to do, hopefully that, you know, pays dividends when Aiden steps on the mat.
Yeah, so gets the reversal here and then lets him up. It's 12-5 in favor of Anoka in this match. Yeah, Whitaker just wrestling smart, right? Getting all the takedowns he can as fast as possible. Looks for a headlock. That was nice left-handed headlock. Fletcher's got to be smart here. I know that's tight. See if he can battle off his back.
He's got a minute and a half.
That's a long time to battle off your back, though. Gets the pin. Yeah, I mean, that was a really well set up headlock, right?
Yes,
Not much you can do that.
He got it.
Position.
He got Fletcher to push, and he felt it. And that's one of those why you're ranked number 10 in the state.
Yep. Yeah, that'll extend the lead for Anoka up to 22-15 with that pin. But the tide may turn now. Aiden Erickson's going up to 160 pounds. He's going to take on Logan Jungling from Anoka. Logan's a senior, right? He's been around for a while. He's 19-9. He is no slouch by any means. He's been around the block. He was second at the East Ridge Ruckus. Aiden Erickson, one of our captains, 2-time state qualifier, 6th at the state tournament. He had knocked off the #1 ranked Brad Little at the section tournament.
Yeah, what a match.
Controlled him. Absolutely controlled that match. We're going to see if that confidence booster is going to show in this match.
Absolutely.
Aiden on a shot here, see if he can finish it. Dumps him across, gets the 2. Good start for Aiden Erickson, goes right to his leg ride. This is where he's tough. He is so good on top.
And like you mentioned, Logan Jungling, he's no slouch. He's almost a 20-match winner, winning 19 matches this year. He's been on the varsity mat over, only 9 losses on the year.
Yeah, and it's nice, you know, to have a room like Anoka where you can put 2 seniors and bounce in between 52 and 60. That's a nice little luxury to have. Anoka's a quality program with good wrestlers, a lot like Hastings where you have depth.
Yep.
Early 2-0 lead. Aiden looking for a turn here. He's got a little leg ride going crossbody here, trying to scoop up that head and bring him across. Now I'm going to take a guess, knowing what I've seen so far from these Anoka guys. We've seen numerous guys ride legs all day long, so he's no slouch. He knows what it feels like to be ridden with legs in.
Yep, and if depending upon if Aiden is able to get a turn, again, it goes right into your decision of what do you do in that second period.
Yeah.
But a minute left, Aiden's riding tough, trying to get those back points here. If he can just pull with that left hand, looks like they called potentially dangerous.
Yeah, you know, it's always that guessing game too, right? You can ride a guy for so long, but if he's not doing anything, do you let him go back up to your feet? Aiden got a quick takedown in this match. At some point, you have to think, all right, I'm not being able to turn this guy. I might have to cut him loose.
But at this point, you know Aiden's looking for bonus points.
Yeah.
And he's a pinner. So when you start riding in that very, very first period, you know, you're trying to get those openings, and then maybe in the second period, after you've ridden them for the full time, after that first quick takedown, that's when you start bearing them down.
Yeah, what'll be really interesting in the next 2 weight classes, I'm really curious to see who Anoka sends out there, because they have 2 state-ranked guys, but they have a little luxury to kind of juggle their lineup a little bit.
Yep, Aiden's in a tough position
Dangerous
here.
position
He got
here.
caught too high with the legs.
He gave up the reversal, but he's also given up an inside cradle. This is not good for Aiden Erickson. He's got to get his leg free and try to base out here.
He's got 30 seconds here.
Cannot give up anything.
Oh,
Uh-oh,
and
that's
then he's
tight.
Uh-oh.
Nothing yet. It's close to the back points. Nothing yet. Wisely
out.
bails out. That is huge.
All right, we got 15 seconds left. That wasn't exactly the position I liked.
No. Yeah, but nothing done there. You gave up the reversal, no back points, and at this stage of the game, that's okay.
Yep.
All right, 2-2 after the first period. It is Hastings' choice. Let's see what they do here. He's going to defer. You know, I got a feeling Anoka's feeling pretty darn good about where they're at after this match. If they can keep it to a decision, they got to feel good.
Yes, absolutely.
Hastings will be favored in the last 2 weight classes for sure. The next 2 weight classes, I'd say Anoka probably has a slight edge. But stranger things have happened. We look at this match, it's already close, right?
Yep.
Caution on Aiden Erickson. Kind of jumped the gun.
You never know when you wrestle kids that know what they're doing, have felt in all of those different positions. You know, one small slip can put you, like we saw, on your back.
Yeah, tries to ride legs again. Jungling knew it was coming, catches that leg. This is a dangerous position to be in for Aiden Erickson. He'd be wise to bail out. Uh-oh. Gave up the reversal, no back points, but he's got that leg.
He's got that leg high. He's got to watch that knee here. Just in a weird position.
Yeah, so it's 4-2 in favor of Jungling.
He got the reversal, didn't give him any back points. Now if you're Aiden, we know he's quick with that leg trying to get in there, catching the leg as it comes in. I want to see him on the feet.
Yeah. All right, so about 20 seconds into the second period, Jungling's got the lead, maybe a little bit to the surprise of the Hastings coaches.
Just continue to improve. You got a minute and a half left. Let's see if we can get away here.
Yeah, so kind of looking ahead a little bit past this match, Anoka has a state-ranked kid, Noah Torgerson at 170, and Jaden Barant at 182 pounds. They got 2 state-ranked guys. Hastings has 2 state qualifiers in their own right. That's might determine the duel. Warning stalling on Aiden Erickson, not looking to improve. Jungling riding tough on top. Up 4-2 here with a minute left. Got that arm stretched across his back.
Come up to his knees. We have a minute left. We need to get an escape here. That'd be huge.
Yeah. Yeah, Aiden's been wrestling really tough of late. Struggling a little bit in this match to get it going, but a lot of match left. We know he's dangerous in that top position if he can get back to it. 4-2 still, 45 seconds left in the second period. Got to get a good start off the whistle here.
Yep. Can't let him slow you down. Again, he looks like he's riding legs, trying to keep him at bay here. He's doing a great job with a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting too, because Hastings does have flexibility a little bit with their lineup too. They can bump guys up to 195 pounds if need be. 195 pounds, maybe one of our weaker weights per se, and they do have flexibility. Tries to get to a switch position, see if he can get it here. If he can hop over.
He needs that left arm. If he can cover that left arm, that left hip there. He's trying to elevate that leg.
Yeah, Jungling's kind of got that leg snaked in there. Steps over, nothing yet, nothing yet. He's got to scoot here. 13 seconds left in the period.
Put
See if he
that
can come up
pressure
top.
forward.
If he can get his butt
We got 10 seconds
if he
here.
can get his butt back just a little bit and clear his leg, he can get the reversal. Let's see if he gets it.
That leg
Short
is
time,
stuck
3.
going forward.
3 seconds. Can he get it? Nothing. 4-2 going in the third period. Hastings' choice, we're going to go neutral. He did get the early takedown right away in this match. I'm sure their thought process is let's get another takedown, tie up this match, and see what happens.
Yep, and we'll see what they do based on how fast. If he can get a takedown quick, it's not going to surprise me if they cut him and try to get another takedown.
High crotch, goes to a fireman's carry.
Can he bring it
come
to
out
his
the backside, pop his head. Oh, he's got the 2. Let's see if he's get it. Gets the takedown. I bet you they're going to cut him. Let's see.
He's got that ride. Do we ride him for a little bit? Now we're back to Yep, and they're
Yeah,
trying to call
they're trying to tell him to cut him again.
There it is.
Dives in on the leg. At this point now, you got to be careful, right? You got your leg trapped.
Yep.
Aiden is somewhat comfortable here.
But he's got that hip on the
But
ground.
he's on his hip. This is not a good place to be. Oh, you don't want to hang your head.
Oh, watch that
Ooh.
knee.
They call it potentially dangerous from that knee position. It got slightly twisted. All right, you got a minute 17 seconds left here. Looks like Coach Hannenberg wants to cut him and go on his feet.
And that's where Aiden's been strong in this match, is on the feet. So if you cut him, go to the feet, get another takedown, it's not going to surprise me if they're going to want to get 2 takedowns here.
Yeah, 5-4 lead in favor of Jungling here. But the takedown, again, gets you that lead. Goes back to a high crouch, nothing doing. Got to get off our knees if we can.
Fireman's carry.
Jungling trying to stretch him out by lifting that ankle.
Now you got to remember, Aiden's wrestling up here.
Yep. Well, Jungling is a 52-pounder as well, so you got
suppose.
2 152-pounders. They're giving the takedown to Anoka here. This is a dangerous position to be in here with 45 seconds left.
He's got the cradle locked up.
He got in this position before. You cannot give anything up.
Notice how he scooped that cradle, makes it even tighter.
Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Gets a pin.
And
Wow, I don't think anyone saw that coming.
that is a very large upset right there.
Huge points for Anoka. Now if you're Hastings, you got to roll the dice, and you got to go your best guy against their best guy. You got to win these head-to-head. Big team points for Anoka. They're up 28-15, which takes us to 170 pounds, where Hastings is going to send out Ian Peppel, a junior with a 32-9 record. Looks like Anoka is going to send out Noah Torgerson, a sophomore with a 28-9 record. That was a huge, huge pin for Anoka.
Yep, jacks up your team, jacks up your next wrestler.
Yeah.
Now we gotta get the momentum. The momentum is on Anoka's side for sure. We got to try to capture something here.
Yeah, and you know, when I looked at this match, this was one match that I saw that I thought maybe we got a chance, but I think this is a key one. Torgerson's ranked in state, right? He's ranked number 6 in state, deep on a shot on that single leg. Peppel whizzing hard, not giving up anything yet. Peppel's so long, he's hard to score on.
Can keep that leg out.
And gives it the takedown as he comes across and gets the double leg to get the 2. Goes out of bounds. Early 2-0 lead in favor of Torgerson. Yeah, Torgerson is a very veteran wrestler. Even though he's only a sophomore, he was first at the Big Buck preseason nationals. He's a seasoned guy that knows how to wrestle, a family of wrestlers as well. Trying to stretch him out, riding legs here. Peppel got his leg cleared, which is huge. Looking for a Granby roll potentially. Doesn't get it. Torgerson wisely spins behind. Trying to catch that leg inside. This is a good position for Peppel. See if he can turn into him.
Underneath. With those long arms, can he turn his hips?
He's got an arm trap, though, which is not necessarily a good thing. You got to be careful not to give up back points in this position. Peppel's hanging tough, though. There might be so close to a defensive fall. Nothing there, though. You can see the ref was looking for those shoulders to touch.
You know, one thing, now that you're at the state tournament level, you've got 2 referees that are looking for different positions. Clasping, you're looking for those defensive falls. They're both in a good position to see if they can actually see something that the other one does not.
Close to a turn here with a leg ride. It's 2-0 with 20 seconds left. Torgerson's riding tough. No surprise again, coach. Riding legs. He's got that power half really, really tight. Peppel's got to be careful here. He's on the edge of the mat. Cannot give up anything.
Watch that shoulder. Ooh, that looks like that hurts.
He's getting back points, so he's breaking that plane. 3 seconds left.
Getting stretched out.
And that'll end the first period. It's 5-0 in favor of Torgerson. I don't think I want to go underneath this kid.
No, I do not. And if you look at it, Torgerson he's 28-9, state ranked, and 32-9, so he's right there too.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can flip it in the second period.
So Torgerson defers. Peppel's going on his feet second period. Probably pretty wise based on that first period. So I'm just thinking all out here, Coach, with the team score the way it is, right?
You know that Hastings is probably going to be favored in the last two, potentially looking to get a 12-point ending to kind of flip the match, right? You have to win either this match or the next one to give yourself a chance.
Yeah, so then the question is, who do you throw out at 82?
Yeah, because you don't have the luxury of sending Xander Halas anymore.
Nope, because you took him out of the lineup once we bumped up.
Yep. All right, back on our feet now. It's nothing doing for Torgerson. It's a 4-0 lead. Heppel pushing him out of bounds here. Tries to get to that leg. We're back on our feet. About 30 seconds into the second period.
Hopefully we can use those long arms on a single.
Yeah, Torgerson's deep on a shot here. Heppel trying to fight it hard, but he's deep on that. If he can avoid him coming to his other leg, he might be able to hold this off. And he gives it the takedown right there with the foot inbounds. He'll give up the 2. Out of bounds, it's 6-0 in favor of Torgerson with about a minute left in the second period.
Got to get him going here.
So again, Hastings looking to flip the switch in this match. They have to get something going because they have to win either this match or 182.
It's going to be crucial as you look at Ian trying to advance his position, trying to come underneath on that leg. If he can come underneath that leg, then he can maybe swim out the back there. But it's going to be tough with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, Torgerson riding tough with both legs and stretching him out, trying to stay underneath those arms. Ian just trying to stay in good position and not give up a turn here. 30 seconds left in the second period. He's getting stretched out, though. He's got that lock pretty tight. Did he give him the 2? Nope, no back points. Got a power half, though, with the leg right in. 20 seconds left in the second period.
Now, as you're wrestling, you're Torgerson. You got 10 seconds left in the second period here. It's going to be your choice in the third period. He's been dominating on top. I'm not going to be surprised. They've already gone top several times.
And he's been so close to turns in the second period, too. I think they're going to go right back up top. Let's see what they decide here, Coach. Okay, they want to work for the major. They know if they get a takedown here, they have a major locked up. Probably not going to get away, right? So you have to try to get that for sure takedown if they possibly can.
And in all honesty, on the Hastings side, I was hoping they were going to go down.
Yeah.
You know, a position that we haven't seen before.
Go slide by. Oh, and he gets the takedown. Trying to throw in legs right from that slide by position. That is very, very tight. And now if you're Anoka, right? Now you start working for bonus points. You got the major locked up. They want more. Oh, he's got that power half really tight, stretching out Ian Heppel. We got to be careful here. We can't give up a pin.
A minute 30 left. That's a tight position. You're going to see Torgerson try to shift his hips on top. Ian's just got to keep stretching out. Ooh.
Okay, once he switched that grip, the arm kind of broke its plane, and they stopped it as potentially dangerous. It's 11-0 in favor of Torgerson.
I'm happy for a new start there.
Yeah, I think most Hastings fans are pretty relieved after watching that. All right, kind of a sit-out position here. Torgerson's proven he can ride tough in this crab ride position.
They've been here quite a few times, and I think he's caught Ian a couple times.
Yeah.
Almost had his hands on a full Nelson there for a second.
Yeah, for sure. Heppel's been close a couple times to getting a defensive fall where he kind of leaned back into him, but not close enough. Torgerson's riding tough on top. It's 11-0 lead for him here with 50 seconds left in the third. Got a tight power half here.
Just continue to work your hips. Get your hips back. Get those legs out. He's got 30 seconds left. Battle that shoulder down.
Yeah, just a heads up for fans, just to let me know too, the match on mat 3 will be the next opponent. It'll either be Apple Valley or St. Michael. Okay. Back on our feet, gets the escape. That's awesome to see Ian having some life here down in that bottom position. It's 11-1 with 20 seconds left. He's got to pick up the pace, hopefully get a takedown, maybe to his back. We'll see what happens here. Torgerson's already hit a slide by a couple times on Ian. Tries to go at it again. Nice shot by Ian. See if he can finish.
Finish on top. Here we go, Ian.
Nothing doing yet. 5 seconds left. Another major decision, big team points for Anoka. That'll extend their lead to 32-15. And Anoka still has one more ranked wrestler that they can throw out there. And I'm guessing they're going to do it at the next weight class and make Hastings show their hand right now. Hastings has, at 182 pounds, looks like they're going to send, let's see here, Rico Cooper. And looks like Anoka's going to send out, let's see, who do they have at 182? Jaden Barant, the other ranked wrestler. Now again, what does Hastings need here? Well, for sure they need a pin, right? They need to get bonus points, however they can get it.
Now, if you look at this, if I was, I'm happy that they're actually sending out this kid at 182 because this is our stronger of our two weights between 182 and 195.
Yeah.
You know, so Rico's got to, we have to get a victory here and then hope also for a win at 195.
Yeah, Barant gets deep on a shot, nothing doing yet. Close to the edge, he's got to slide his arm across the waist to get the 2. Rico scooting, knowing where he's at, trying not to give up any position here. About 30 seconds in, trying to adjust his hips to get a little higher. Nice adjustment by Rico. Nothing doing. Trying to lift that ankle and elevate it. Out of bounds, no takedown. Barant was deep on a shot here, but nothing doing.
And Barant's there. He's currently ranked number 4. And this is where Rico is also a state qualifier, is going to figure out where does he kind of fit inside those state rankings.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is a good test for him.
Yep.
This kind of show Rico get some confidence going into the individual state portion, which he'll be competing at tomorrow as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rico was the section winner in 3 AAA. Good battle here on their feet. Goes out of bounds, got a restart here. About a minute in, nothing. Again, Anoka's got a pretty sizable lead here, 32-15.
We definitely have to roll and win these last 4 matches.
Yeah. You know, and really too, if you win this match, you got a chance.
Yep.
Because you got to win 195. But if you win this one, you got a chance. Oh, he's deep on a shot. Oh, does he get it? Nothing yet. There it is. Good finish there by Barant.
Right now we're down 2-0, 20 seconds left. If we can get just one point there.
Oh, almost got a reversal. Can he step through? He gets it. There it is.
Right at the edge of the mat. That was beautiful wrestling by Rico.
Now, Jaden Barant's a senior. Anoka has quite a few seniors in their lineup. Brendan Howes, Logan Jungling, Jacob Whitaker. They have a couple seniors that are solid wrestlers for him. Hastings starts 1 senior, and we haven't seen any senior yet for Hastings. Next year, a lot of these guys will be back. Most of them will be a different looking lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at, this is kind of the same setup that we had years ago too, where we had a tough round 1, and then it comes up to your second round.
Yeah.
It's a nail biter at the first.
Yeah, so
first one.
Rico chooses neutral second period, close to getting the takedown there. Deep on a shot by Barant. Nothing doing yet. Trying to reach that far ankle and not give anything up. If Rico can extend him and get to a cross-face position, he's trying to do it right now. He might be able to score.
He's working for that lock, trying to break that lock. Wasn't able to do it before the stalemate.
Okay, we have a stalemate position. Back on our feet, 2-2 right now. Score currently stands. About a minute, 30 seconds left into the second period. Both guys kind of feeling each other out, going upper body here. Kind of gets out of that over-under position.
Rico moving into his ties now.
Yeah, he's got a 2-on-1 position, kind of a Russian
push
tie.
And throw that down to the mat. That would have been awesome.
About a minute into the second period, still 2-2. Good shot attempt there by Durant. Nothing doing. Tries to throw it by.
Catches
Oh,
him.
and he gets the 2. Just like that, it's 4-2, Rico Cooper.
And again, right there, that little burst of energy, he just caught him in a kind of his flat feet in the wrong position. Rico took advantage. Big takedown.
Yeah, for sure. All right, it's 4-2, 30 seconds left in the second period. Again, got to have this one.
Yeah,
if we
absolutely.
have any chance to win this dual meet, this is the match we need. So far, looking good, Coach. What, 20 seconds in? Brant up to his feet. Oh, out of bounds, though. I think he's going to give him the 1. Wisely gives him the 1, but nothing else. It's now 4-3, 20 seconds in.
No, I didn't see. Whose choice was it in that second period? Did we defer to them?
It was our choice.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
going to be our choice in the third, or did we choose
We
on
chose
top?
in the second period. Yeah, we chose neutral. I don't remember seeing the Anoka guide defer, so I think
Okay.
it was our choice. All right, 10 seconds left in the second period.
He's getting him stepping, and again, we saw this before from Anoka's side. Rico looks like he's starting to pick up the tempo. I like him going after that leg. He's trying to get that foot to step either into an ankle pick or right back into a snap down. I like the way he ended that period.
Yeah, so third period here, no surprise, Anoka's going down. I'm going to take a guess. They're probably going to be okay if he gives up an escape here. Rico's best position is on his feet. You got to give up 1, though, and not 2. You can't give up a reversal here. You still have a 1-point lead. No guy has been warned for stalling, so that's not a situation. He does have to get off to the side. He can't just ride hips. Again, a slim 4-3 margin that he's in control of. Oh, he's got an inside cradle, though. Durant's got his leg, though. This is dangerous.
Come on top.
Nothing doing,
Nice little flurry there.
for sure.
It's stuff like that that really gets my heart going.
Well, we haven't had much to get real excited about the last couple matches.
Right.
Ooh, we got to get off our knees here. 30 seconds in to the third period. Durant looking for a reversal. He gets it.
Goes up by 1. We have 1:20 left. Now Rico has gotten a reversal when he was on bottom before. Let's see if he can either hit another reversal or just get an escape.
But if you're Durant here, you don't have to even look for a turn. You can just stay in that safe position and not give up anything. Rico's got to pick up the pace. He's down by 1, a minute left. The duel hinges on this next minute. Durant riding tough. Looking for a potential cradle.
Comes up to his quad pod. Now he's got to attack the hands as he's come up.
All right, fresh start here, 45 seconds. Durant up by 1. Rico's got to get an escape, get something going.
See if he can find another gear here. 45 seconds. Match on the line.
All right, 45 seconds left. Again, Rico Cooper down by 1. He's got to get up to his feet. Durant looking cradle here, trying to lock something up.
If he can just control those hands as he's coming up to his quad pod. He's got an opening here.
Comes up to his feet, see if he can score. Oh, he
Comes
goes
on
big.
top.
Can he come up
Can
top?
he come on top?
Oh, he
Yes.
gets it.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
huge. Can he get a pin? This could be a tie turner here if he can get the pin.
20
He gets it.
seconds
That
left.
is humongous for the Raiders.
Wow, we absolutely
needed that pin.
We needed the win, but that pin just changed that pin that we got, or that Aiden got pinned.
Wow, and just like that, the score changes from 32-15 to 32-21, which takes us to 195 pounds, where the Raiders will send out senior Tyler Miller.
And that's when you look at, but when you looked at Rico, I want to go back to Rico here. One thing that he did is he's a kid with small bursts of absolute power. And that's where you saw when he popped his hips, brought him over on top, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it kind of balances out Aiden Erickson's getting pinned. That kind of balanced it out. Looks like Anoka's going to send out Logan Raj Malakowski, a junior, who's 18-10. Again, all you have to do, if Hastings wins this match, we have a good chance because we'll be favored in the last 2. This is Tyler's moment, guys. He's been in our program for a long time. Just got to wrestle smart. He's in good shape. He's kind of a lightweight 195-pounder.
Yeah, he's been wrestling down at 170 this year, but he actually made the bump up to 195 at the end of the season, so he could wrestle sections. Took third at sections, wrestled really, really well.
Yep.
Just narrowly missed it.
Raj
to place it
Malakowski
here.
deep on a shot here. Miller's got to stay tough. Can't give up anything. He's got to know where he's at. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Comes up, gets the 2. Again, Hastings has to have this match in order to stay in the duel. Goes right to a cradle.
Got to battle that, break that lock, know where you're at right here. You're right on the edge of the mat. If you can slowly come off here.
Nothing doing. No back points or anything. It's still 2-0. Anoka leads a minute into the first period. Again, this is an important match. This one will dictate the rest of the duel. If we win this match, we have a very good chance to win this duel.
Yep, we
Comes
should be
down to
favored.
this one.
We should be favored in that 220 and heavyweight matches.
Now, a little bit about Tyler Miller. A kid who has really transformed his body, has actually lost weight, got involved in the military, and has done wonders for him in terms of confidence. So he's ready for this moment.
Absolutely, and he's a great kid. You know, one thing, he's like you mentioned, he transformed his body, but it set his mind as well in that right spot. He's doing the right
Anoka's
things.
got a tight cradle, though. This is going to be dangerous. We don't want to be here. If he can get the pin, that would be the end of the duel. Got to fight that, and he gets it. And just like that, it goes to 38-21.
And that sealed the duel for
Yeah,
for
it
Anoka
did.
there.
But you know what? A lot of heart out there for Tyler. Giving up a lot of weight. He's a senior. He's a great kid. He deserved to be out there.
Absolutely.
All right, which take us to 220 pounds, where Anoka is going to send out, I believe, their senior Sean Jordan. And let's see who Hastings sends out there. It's going to be Austin LaFlay. You know, no shame in losing to this Anoka squad, though. I will tell you, they are a tough team, a team that showed a lot of grit and heart today. Let's see, who is Hastings going to send out there? We might be sending out a backup, it looks like.
Yep, looks like Austin just sat down.
Yeah.
They're going to protect Austin. I know
Looks like
he got tweaked a little bit in that section match.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send out senior Dylan Bartz instead of Austin LaFlay. He tweaked his knee in the sections, and I'm sure they're just trying to save it a little bit.
Yep.
Dylan Bartz is a senior. He is 6-9 on the year, going against Sean Jordan, who's 24-17. And good for Dylan to get a chance to wrestle on the big stage here.
Yeah, there's nothing like wrestling in this tournament.
Yeah, you know, it's a memory you won't ever forget.
Absolutely. Here we go, Dylan.
Jordan trying to spin behind, nothing doing. Dylan Bartz hanging tough here.
Continue to control those wrists. He's going to try to bring him down, those wrists down to the mat. Having that head position.
Just heads up for the fans. It looks like we're going to be wrestling Apple Valley in the next duel. Clash of old rivals. I love it. One thing I've noticed about this tournament this year in AAA, there's a lot of traditional powers that are here. You got Anoka, Hastings, St. Michael, Apple Valley. Shakopee's been in the dance a lot. Stillwater's been here a lot. There's a lot of traditional powers that are getting a chance to show themselves yet again with kind of their young crop of wrestlers.
Right.
Hey, no score so far. First period, minute into the third period. You knew that this one was going to come down to a chess match, right?
Yep.
Who are you going to send out there? Fortunately, Anoka played it right. Right in the middle weights, right? They got a big win at 160 pounds, and that kind of sealed the deal, right? Because at that point, you got to have to kind of roll the dice.
And you had to show your hand at that point, too.
Yeah.
So it was once you're at that point, you have to decide which way you're going to go, and you obviously don't want to fold the match when it's still cold and it's still so close. So dictated what you had to do at the top.
All right, 15 seconds left in the first period. No score so far.
These are the matches that Dylan's used to.
Yeah.
Kind of a battle on the feet, 0-0 match, goes back to the mat. We'll see if we can score in different positions here.
Yeah. Hastings the first after the first period, still scoreless. Anoka's going to choose down, it looks like. All right, caution green. May have jumped the gun or had hand placement in the wrong spot here. Be awesome for Dylan to get a win here on the big stage.
Absolutely, and not only on the big stage, but he's also wrestling up. You know, he's given up 20 pounds here. That's why I like him going. He deferred into the second period, was able to get on top.
Yeah,
Get out from underneath that weight.
Yeah, escape for Anoka here on our feet. Now 1-0 lead. You know, this will be a good test for Hastings. How do you respond now? You were slightly favored maybe in this duel against Anoka. Maybe a little bit of a letdown. I'd say this one maybe was even a coin flip.
Yep.
How do you respond now? You're going to wrestle Apple Valley, a team that we have a long history with. How do you respond? How do you find the motivation for some of these guys that are down in the dumps right now?
And as you look at it, it's gut check time. You know, they gotta reset themselves and just get ready for the next match. One thing you want to do is you don't want to look too far out ahead, but at the same time you want to make sure that you're ready for your own individual match.
Yep, we got a minute left in the second period. It's 1-0. Anoka takes the early lead here in the second. Dylan battling tough here, not giving up an inch. Neither guy really attempting a shot on their feet, just kind of, you know, beating on the head, wearing each other down. Nice shot there as I speak.
Right as you say
Nice shot there by Anoka.
Just got him stepping, and a nice double there. We got 30 seconds left. Big takedown. We'll go up by a 3 there.
Yeah, that was a beautiful setup. All right, 20 seconds left in the second period. Jordan riding tough on top, really in control, looking to get an armbar. He's got it trapped here. Dylan's got to fight this and not give up anything.
He's keeping that shoulder forward, which helps out, doesn't allow him to get that armbar back to lock it up.
Yeah, and you got to give yourself a chance, right? So if you don't give up any back points, you don't give up a turn like he did in here, now you got a chance in the third period. Hastings' choice in the third period. We're going to go neutral in the third period.
We'll see if we can get our own takedown.
Yeah.
Get on his head, maybe drop to a single or something, try to help out. Or try to score some points to help your position. Now, one thing, all of that head banging in the first period and in the second period, is trying to snap with those heavy hands, that wears on a guy. And that's what you're trying to do for this third period, especially in these upper weights.
Yeah, you see guys kind of get out of their stance, right? Bending at the waist, and that's where you start attacking. On the flip side of that too, right? If you know guys just kind of plodding straight forward, that's where you start attacking, which
Correct.
is where Jordan scored in that second period.
Yep.
Heavy hands by both guys. About 30 seconds into that third period. Still a 3-0 lead for Sean Jordan. Goes slide by, nothing doing. Back on that head. Jordan's wisely just staying in a good position, attacking that 2-on-1.
I'd like Dylan to start getting a little bit more movement with his hands. His feet aren't moving as well as he has in the past. If he can get those feet moving, maybe hit a slide by, duck under, hit one of those moves, and then try to, if he can, take him down to his back. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you need a big move at this point. You got nothing to lose. The team score's out of hand at this point, right? So you might as well go big and try to get something to kind of help the team, right?
Yep.
Another takedown for Sean Jordan. It is 5-0 in favor of Anoka here. We got one match left at heavyweight, and looks like it's going to be Blake Clemens for the Raiders. We'll see who Anoka sends out. They may send out one of their backups, since they have the luxury of doing that right now and get those guys some experience on the big stage.
Yep.
20 seconds left in the third period. Anoka still leading 5-0.
You know, and that's, you know, Dylan was able to get an opportunity to wrestle on the mat. He's a senior. Like I said before, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, one thing I did notice about Anoka, I don't know if you saw this, Coach, but they have co-head coaches this year.
Oh, I saw both.
Jacob Bajan, who's a former wrestler
Yep.
at Anoka, is now a co-head coach. So I'm assuming he'll be taking over for Coach Springer in a couple years.
Yeah.
No, they get the win, though, and it'll extend the lead 41-21 for Anoka. Looks like Hastings is going to send out Blake Clemens, our heavyweight. And looks like the Anoka Tornadoes are going to send out Grant Chapman. Looks like they're going to send out Grant Chapman, who is a junior who's 10-7 on the year.
Getting Blake's feet wet here in the first match. Let's see if he can just work those snap downs or his takedowns on the feet here.
All right, let's see. Blake just missed out on qualifying for the individual state tournament. Finished in 3rd place behind 2 stud state-ranked wrestlers. Blake, in his own right, has been ranked in the state rankings at one point in time. I'm sure for him, there's a lot of motivation to put on a good show today.
Absolutely.
I feel like, and I'm sure he feels the same way, that any other section, he'd probably be here in the big show, kind of showing off, potentially placing.
Yeah,
so for him, this is his big stage.
That was definitely the hardest bracket in the section tournament there. But Blake is an athletic kid, and you could see by that double there.
Yeah. So it's early 2-0 lead, about a minute into the 3rd period. Again, Anoka will advance in the next round. Unfortunately, Hastings will drop down to the consolation bracket where they'll wrestle Apple Valley, the old foe. And I know, Coach, being that you've wrestled Apple Valley a lot and often was on the losing side of it, I'm sure you're looking forward to paying it back to them.
Yeah, I always like to see when we wrestle Apple Valley now. They used to be that state power for such a long time, and back at the state tournament because they've had a successful season.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, there's nothing like beating Apple Valley. So it'd be nice to wrestle them and hopefully advance onto that consolation championship.
I want to give big props to Anoka today because they wrestled their butts off. And more important than that, I think they do it the right way.
Yes.
Right? Their coaches, their community, their school, they develop within in their kids program, in their middle school program. They're just a quality program with good individuals.
Well, and it tells you quite a bit when Beijing comes back and wants to become the head coach of the team. I remember when he was wrestling, when I was wrestling, he was always a solid wrestler, good head on shoulders, very, very smart.
Yeah.
But having those guys coming back give back to the program is awesome.
Oh, it's a tight armbar. See if you can run him over and finish him off.
He's going to step over his head, try to plant
3
both
seconds
those
left in the first
here.
period. It's pretty tight. Oh, it runs out of time. But he'll get the 2-point near fall. I thought he had a 5 count.
Okay.
Early 4-0 lead, though, for Blake Clemens after the first period. Yeah, a little bit more about that Anoka squad. I don't think a lot of people realize the history that goes on there. That's a team and a program that's been around for over 75 years.
Yeah, we actually wrestled them in a very tight duel 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and it came down to who advanced to the state title. And they've been in these spots before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just walk through that gymnasium, much like Hastings, right? There's a tradition.
Yes.
And guys expect to be up on top there.
Yep.
But 76 years of wrestling history. 76 years, that's astounding. Again,
Absolutely.
with 3 Olympians, numerous Division I and Division II wrestlers. They're kind of the epitome of a wrestling program of success here in Minnesota.
And they've stayed at that top level for a very long time.
Yeah, much like Hastings, you don't see a lot of down years for Hastings and Anoka.
Nope.
4-0 still, about 40 seconds into the second period. Clemens riding tough, looking for a turn here. Current match score is 41-21 at the heavyweight match. Clemens looking for a turn and trying to close this gap. Unfortunately, it won't do any difference in terms of the final outcome, but there's a moral victory here for Blake and for Hastings if he can finish strong.
Yeah, and Blake he's a tough wrestler. He's a prideful guy. And when he came into that, I know his aspirations were to make that state tournament, but hey, your team's here. Now it's time to show up for the team.
Yeah, stretching that arm across the back, that's really tight. If he can scoop that arm or that leg and really extend that body, he might be able to get a turn here. Credit to Blake Clemens, though. He's really transformed his body, worked hard in the offseason, and you're seeing the dividends now.
Yep. He's going to be a huge force in our section next year.
Yeah, 33-6 on the season. Again, narrowly missing out on the state tournament. And he gets the pin. I like that finish for Hastings.
Yep.
Final score will be 41-27. Congratulations to the Anoka Tornadoes on a hard-fought victory. A couple matches didn't go Hastings' way. They'll take on St. Michael Albertville in the next round, and our Raiders will take on the Apple Valley Eagles, old nemesis. That'll do it from HCTV for round 1. Big shout out to Hunter Pinky and Ian Andrusak for doing a great job on the camera work in this busy and packed Excel Energy Center. We'll see you soon.